Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp-Dressed Gaming, and today we're back with Sharp-Dressed VGC, Pokemon VGC 2015. For those who don't know what VGC is, it is the Video Game Championship, which is the official rules for the Pokemon video game at competitions. So today we're going to be using a new team, and I base this off of, essentially I call this my bulky team. So the idea for this team came to me when I wanted to use Lapras, and then I was looking through the Megas, and I saw Mega Venusaur, which I haven't used yet. I've been really wanting to. So I put those two, and then as it fell together, the strategy just started becoming that it was a bulky team. Now, bulky teams don't necessarily work in VGC that well because it is a faster-paced game, and the bulkier Pokemon have harder time getting one-hit KOs like all the other Pokemon are trying to do. So it's a little harder to do, but it is pretty fun. I do have a Weakness Policy Lapras, Mega Venusaur, Assault Vest Landorus, which is my favorite Landorus to use. We also have a Lumberry Scrafty, a Citrus Berry Thundurus, and a Shuca Berry Heatran. I did just add Heatran to this team right before I started the video because we did have Aegislash, but Aegislash's Ghost typing was covered by Scrafty's Dark type, and I really wanted that Fire typing from Heatran, which also covers the Steel typing of Aegislash. So we do lose Wide Guard, but I think we'll be fine here. So I'm going to hit that challenge button, see who we can get for a battle. I was above 1600, but then the thing broke down for maintenance, so lost that battle. So we're going to see if we can get above 1600 in this episode, if we can end up finding somebody to battle. And we do find somebody from Japan at a 1523 rating. Hopefully they don't mollywop us, but let's see what they have here. I've been seeing so many Metagross lately. I battled 3 Metagross the other day, and they all had Ice Punch, which is what Landorus doesn't want to see. So that could end up being a problem. We also see a Mega Bayonet, which I haven't seen yet. This might be Mega Bayonet, it might be normal. That might be a normal Metagross if there's a Bayonet, or it could be double Megas. Also have Arcanine, Zapdos, Ludicolo, and Hydreigon. So first thing, I want Lapras because it does deal with Ludicolo and Hydreigon, also Arcanine. And it can get Weakness Policy from Zapdos. So I do want Lapras. Venusaur, I don't see Venusaur doing anything this match, so I won't bring Venusaur. It is weak to Arcanine. It can be super effective with Ludicolo, but then Hydreigon resists one of its stabs. Metagross is immune to one, it resists the other. Zapdos resists one, and then Bayonet resists one of that. Well, Scrafty could be nice here. Super effective to the Hydreigon. Neutral Metagross. I'm thinking Scrafty. I think Thundurus and Landorus, the double Genie lead. With Scrafty in the back and Lapras. Do we want Heatran though? Heatran doesn't really do much. I guess that we have Earth Power. Well, we have Earth Power, but Heat Wave for the Metagross. Do we want to bring that over Scrafty? I think I'll keep Scrafty on the team. Methinks. Yeah, let's keep Scrafty. Let's go with this. So we have Bayonet, Arcanine, Ludicolo, Metagross, Hydreigon, and the other one. I forgot his last one. I haven't been writing them down lately because I've been trying to just do it with my head, but probably better to write them down. We seem to lead with Metagross and Arcanine though, so probably going to get an Intimidate onto my Landorus. And we get an Intimidate onto his Arcanine, which sometimes, for the most part, Arcanines are special because then they can take advantage of Snarl. But then sometimes they're also mixed. So the Landorus does get, or not the Landorus, the Metagross does get Clear Body. And I think I'm just going to switch Landorus out because again, Metagross have been carrying Ice Punch, and Metagross is going to outspeed Landorus because of my Landorus being Assault Vest. So I'm going to bring in the Lapras. And then with Thundurus, I could Thunder Wave the Arcanine. I'm just going to Thunderbolt the Metagross. Let's see if it ends up protecting. I could have Thunder Waved it, which would have been nice too, but there's a bring in Lapras. Lapras will probably end up taking an Ice Punch. Actually, Arcanine does protect, so what does Metagross go for? It goes for that Ice Punch. So they've been starting to carry Ice Punch again, whereas for a while they were carrying Substitute. So, and it looks like it's just going to be a normal Metagross. It's nothing too crazy. I will just go for, I think it's safe to go for Hydro Pump with Lapras. Actually, I'm going to protect Lapras, see what's going to happen there. because Metagross might go after an Arcanine. I might switch out into Ludicolo, and I don't want to get attacked for no reason. I'm just going to Thunder Wave this Metagross. We see the withdrawal from Arcanine, probably into Ludi. Do we see the Ludicolo? No, we see Zapdos. So I could have freely Hydro Pump there and would have got some nice damage off on it as well. But we're just going to protect with Lapras. The Metagross will probably Zen Head, or probably Ice Punch my Thundurus here. We do get the Thunder Wave off in it though, so maybe we do get the Paralysis. Ask and you shall receive, I suppose. I'm going to Freeze Dry the Zapdos, because it should Thunderbolt Lapras, giving us the Weakness Policy boost, and then I'm going to Thunderbolt this Metagross. And if we get a high roll, it should knock it out. And we do. So there goes Metagross, not a problem at all. So he probably has Mega Bayonet in the back. And we see Thunderbolt from Zapdos. Actually onto Thundurus, doesn't attack Lapras at all. So this Freeze Dry won't do too much, because Zapdos is pretty specially defensive. Yeah, it does nothing at all. And who do we see come back in here? We might see Arcanine, or we might just see its last Pokemon. We do see the Arcanine come back. Gets another Intimidate, which does kind of matter because Lapras has Ice Shard, as you can see on your screen, but otherwise not really. I'm just going to Freeze Dry again. This Arcanine might Wild Charge my Lapras, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Then I think I'm going to Thunder Wave Arcanine. No, I'm going to Thunderbolt Arcanine just to make sure I get some damage off on it. We actually see Flare Blitz from Arcanine going into Thundurus. That is a fast Arcanine. It might be choiced. It does knock out Thundurus. And do we see Thunderbolt from Zapdos then? Is a Life Orb Arcanine. We see Hidden Power from Zapdos. Why? Hidden Power Ice, I guess? Maybe thinking Landorus was going to switch into a Thunderbolt. But nope. And we actually freeze the Zapdos. And it does have a Lumberry? No, it has a Citrus Berry. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see you. At this point, I can just bring Landorus back in. And go for a... Well, I don't need to go for an Earthquake, actually. I'm going to bring Landorus. And I could go for Rock Slide with Landorus. That'd be better. Rock Slide from Landorus should do a nice amount to both these. We get Intimidate off on that Arcanine, which has already showed off Flare Blitz, showing that it is a physical Arcanine. I'm going to Hydro Pump it as well. Let's go for that Rock Slide. I want to get Zapdos out here just because I don't want a ton of damage. He's going to Close Combat my Lapras, which will give us Weakness Policy, and we should live. Yep. Non-stab Close Combat, even with Life Orb, is going to... and -1. So Arcanine... or not Arcanine. Lapras live that easily, and we get our Weakness Policy boost. And I'm assuming Zapdos is trying to Hidden Power Ice my Landorus. There it goes. And Hidden Power. We should live this just fine. Because we are Assault Vest. Yep, easily. And this Rock Slide should be doing a ton of damage to both Pokemon. Because Arcanine is at -1 and Zapdos is weak to it. And it knocks them both out, so Lapras doesn't even get to hit anything. Arcanine goes down, Zapdos goes down, and we've already knocked out a Pokemon, right? Go for the Hydro Pump, and of course it misses. We knocked out Metagross. So we'll see what his last Pokemon is. I'm assuming it's going to be Bayonet, which would be weird. It is Bayonet. It's weird to see Bayonet come out this late in the game, because usually you want to lead with it so you can use Disable, Prankster Disable on it. But at this point, I'm just going to Freeze Dry so I don't miss. And also, I'm going to... I could Rock Slide or I could Knock Off. I'm going to Knock Off in case he tries to disable my Landorus. He's just going to forfeit. Or she's just going to forfeit, sorry. And we win the first game with our bulky team. Not even bad, not even bad. So we're going to get another game up here, hopefully. As long as my internet stays connected. Going to continue battling. And we'll see what is what in the butt. So you can see this is actually the Heatran I took from the other team that we used 2 weeks ago now. We are above 1600 after that battle, very nice. But this is the same Heatran I took because this, or I used it in the last week because this is my favorite form of Heatran. Also my favorite form of Thundurus and Landorus. The only Pokemon I haven't used Scrafty Lapras or Venusaur yet. So I had to come up with all new sets for them. I found the set for Lapras actually from one of my friends, Callister. I'll put his Twitter link in the description. Actually, I'll put the link for the article in the description because it's a very good article about a team that he used, I believe at regionals, and it had a Lapras on it with weakness policy, and this is that exact set. So it used that one, and then I also found, well, we have Javier from Mexico, but I found the Venusaur and Scrafty also on Nugget Bridge. I can't remember who had them, though. Interesting team. I say that because of the Cloyster. You typically don't see Cloyster, but that will be a problem for Landorus. We also have a Sylveon, a Landorus, an Amoonguss, a Salamence, and a Hitmontop. Probably Dragon Dance Salamence with the Rage Powder Amoonguss. That was a very popular thing for a while. I think we can go with Venusaur here pretty safely. The only thing we'd have to worry about is Salamence. So I might go with Thundurus, Landorus to lead. I love that double Genie lead. It works very well. I could also go with Lapras or Heatran. I think Lapras will be better here, so I'll go with Lapras. We are leaving Scrafty out on this one, and we haven't used Heatran yet, but Heatran's really there for... it would have been nice for Amoonguss for this battle, but it's also there for things like Aegislash, and things that are weak to fire is really what he's there for, or Steel. So I guess I could use him for Sylveon, and that would have been nice, but I don't think we'll have to worry about Sylveon too much this match. We see Cloyster and Hitmontop lead, so Hitmontop's going to be able to get an Intimidate off, but I do Intimidate both Cloyster and Hitmontop, so that's pretty nice. And Hitmontop is also going to Intimidate both of my Pokemon. At this point, I don't know if that Cloyster's going to try and Shell Smash, because that's really all Cloyster can do, but it's just a weird thing to set up in VGC. But I guess with Amoonguss, that would be his thing. Though Mexico is just starting to come into the VGC scene, so they're trying out stuff and seeing what it's all about. So I'm going to taunt Cloyster. And I could Earthquake. I'm going to Earthquake, because it's neutral to both. Warriors Rock Slide is resisted by Hitmontop, even though it's super effective with the Cloyster, which would be nice. Cloyster might just go straight for the Icicle Spear, Icicle Spear onto Landorus, trying to take it out, which it probably would, even at -1, because it does have the Skill Link. Fake Out probably on Thundurus, right? Yep. And what does Cloyster do? Cloyster does go for the Shell Smash, unfortunately. It is already faster than everything else. But next turn I could go for the Thunder Wave on the Cloyster to try and slow it down a little bit. I'm going to get a nice Earthquake off on it, though. See how much this does. Since it did drop its defense, it doesn't do much to either. So this turn I'm going to Thunder Wave the Cloyster. Actually, I could just kill it. I'm going to Thunderbolt the Cloyster. I'm going to switch out Landorus into Lapras. Lapras will take that Icicle Spear very well, and Thundurus will be able to knock out Cloyster. Hitmontop, I'm not sure what Hitmontop wants to do. Maybe Wide Guard, but he already knows his Cloyster is faster than my Landorus, and he should be able to take me out. So I don't know what Hitmontop's going to do. So I'm going to bring my Lapras. It might go for Feint, seeing that he knows my Landorus is slower. Hitmontop just protects this turn, so perfect turn, honestly. Cloyster, as long as the Icicle Spear's Lapras. Oh, he turned the Thundurus. That's not good. Yeah, we're gonna die from that, even with Citrus Berry. Ooh. So he played the good game and took Thundurus out because Thundurus was a bigger threat to Cloyster, whereas Landorus was not. Now I believe Shell Smash brings you up past +2. I believe. I think it's +4, right? I'm not sure, because I was going to bring Landorus back in and try and bring the Cloyster down to neutral, even though it would still take me out. But I'm going to bring Venusaur in, just because Venusaur has that thick fat, so his Icicle Spear will do less. I'm actually going to protect with Venusaur. And then Cloyster, I could Freeze Dry for neutral damage. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. And hope for the close combat from the Hitmontop. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Freeze Dry the Cloyster. And hopefully Hitmontop outspeeds me in close combat's Lapras and doesn't take me out, because he has a -1. So I'm just going to get Venusaur ready to rock here. And hopefully I'm able to take out Cloyster. If not, we might be in a problem. Icicle Spear for the Venusaur. Hitmontop, close combat's Lapras. Do we survive this? We should. Yeah, we do. So we get our weakness policy now. And Hitmontop also loses a stage in defense and special defense. And here comes Lapras. Hopefully he can do the deed to Cloyster. Because we are at +2 and he's at -1, so this should do it. And it does. There goes Cloyster. Alright, one less Pokemon to worry about. And who does he bring in next? As long as it's not threatening to Venusaur, I can protect Lapras this turn and put the Hitmontop to sleep. We see Salamence, so that is a threat to Venusaur, unfortunately. And he also gets the Intimidate off, which is going to hurt Lapras. Well, Venusaur, I'm going to try and Sleep Powder the Hitmontop, and we're going to protect with a Lapras. Then I guess we'll see what Salamence does. We'll see if it's a physical or special Salamence. I believe we'll live a Hyper Voice. I don't know about a Double Edge, though. Actually, we should. Oh, no, it's Helping Hand. So Lapras just protected for no reason. I could have Ice Sharded the Salamence. He's going to Hyper Voice. Venusaur, can you take this, buddy? No, he can't. Shit. There goes Venusaur. There, in fact, goes Venusaur. I'll be able to bring in Landorus, which should take these Hyper Voices a little bit better than sorry, not Hitmontop, Venusaur. Well, obviously it'll take it a lot better than Venusaur did. But right now I'm going to worry about... Do I have to worry about Hitmontop that much right now? Not really. I'm just going to Rock Slide. Hitmontop can't do much to my Landorus. And then I'm just going to Ice Shard with Lapras. So we get the Ice Shard off. And takes it to about half. Salamence goes for the Hyper Voice, which should take out Lapras. It actually doesn't, surprisingly. And Landorus gets the Rock Slide off, so Landorus can flinch Hitmontop. We'll be sitting pretty over here. Hitmontop gets a Citrus Berry. Honestly, still not a problem. What does Hitmontop do, though? Goes for the Close Combat onto Lapras. So there goes Lapras, unfortunately. And we're going to be in a predicament now. Hitmontop is at -2. Sorry, there's a fly flying around. I'm trying to get rid of it. Whew. Alright, so Lapras goes down. This is what I'm talking about. Our Pokemon can take a lot of hits, but it can't deal enough damage. Because Salamence wasn't able to go down. Actually withdraws the Hitmontop, looking to get the Intimidate onto my Landorus. Actually brings in his own Landorus, so we're pretty boned because he has 2 Intimidators. I have just a Landorus sitting here. Salamence is going to protect this turn, obviously. And then he's going to bring in Hitmontop where Salamence is. And a Landorus avoids to put the cherry on top, so I'm just going to run. There's no point in sticking around. So we do end up losing our second one, but like I said, it's a little harder to win with this team. I might change Lapras' set, because this Lapras is Calm, which is a minus attack nature, so that hinders Ice Shard. So we might have been able to take out this element if Lapras had been something where it was a minus speed nature. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with that yet, so I'll keep you posted if anything does change. But thank you guys so much for joining me in today's episode of Sharp-Dressed Gaming. I know that we missed last week, but I was starting a new job and I was really busy there. So hopefully we're getting back with this. I do have plans to bring back the other videos too. I want to start getting those ready to go. But we'll see what I can do for you guys. Thank you again so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye!